Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing the issue of organ harvesting in Nigeria, the cases of the late young boy who lost his life, where his small intestine was taken out, and the case of what happened in Jos, where obviously we know that a lady went for a surgery called appendicitis, and in actual fact, what happened was her kidney was taken out. Organ harvesting. How do we solve the problem? How do we get the government to solve the problem? How do we get we people to step up? Before we went on a break, we got a call from Amina. Amina was saying that she was supposed to take a job in that hospital, but she realized that there were reports of daily deaths.
Become an abattoir.
It had become an abattoir of human beings. There were daily deaths, and her husband was saying, this is not the place you should go and work. And I asked the question, there are other medical practitioners who are working in that hospital. What should they have done? YK?
I wanted to take this tweet from Yasmin Maman before I say anything. My cousin's 2-year-old son has been sick and upside down since a hernia surgery in the same jaws. He can't walk nor talk. Very, very sick. Screams a lot at night. I recently asked him to do a scan ASAP. So that this poor child seems to be a victim.
Ew.
Do you know how many people that this hospital, I hope that they have closed it down.
Obviously, they've closed down.
That's the first step. Yeah. Then look for all the patients because, and then I believe that the government should take responsibility.
Yeah, for this.
Because this kind of hospitals cannot be practicing in your
before.
States.
So that's another angle.
Yes. And let me finish. And nothing is done about it.
We have Hassan.
Okay. You have a call?
Hassan, yes. Hassan has called from Lekki.
Take the call. I will continue.
Yes.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Hassan. Welcome to the show.
What happened in Plateau is something that would call for our empathy. But unfortunately, this country lacks empathy. And even the government looked the other way around. Because I see no reason why a quack doctor should be operating unhindered for many years without people responsible catching up with him. What is the job of Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria? What is the job of people, even the law enforcement agents in our society? Look, we are getting away with a lot of things because we are lawless in this country. We don't care. Even what happened to a ceremony, it was because the English people are empathetic people. That is why you are seeing that. That is why you are seeing that a ceremony is facing the music over there. Had it been, it was here in Nigeria, people have been working freely in our society. And even our sons will stand by him to defend him to any level. So it boils down to the government.
Thank you, Hassan. YK, you can continue.
Yes, so I think that the government has to take responsibility for all these patients because it happened in their state and they are not monitoring. You don't just allow people to open private hospitals.
Popular hospital. The hospital is popular.
And not regulate. You know, there and check continuously.
People are dying.
My family, we have suffered from this healthcare. When Nima was talking about her friend that doesn't go to hospital, I resonated with her because I'm sick. You see me, I will lie on my bed. But by the time I lie down, I will get better. Yeah. I don't go. I try it has to be very serious, like toothache, before you see me where there is any doctor. Because I don't trust them anymore. My brother, his daughter, they
did the surgery.
A private hospital. They said they must do surgery on that poor girl. Now today, her leg is even worse than when she went into hospital. Nobody is taking responsibility for it.
You take them to court, YK.
So
that's how they created the system.
Which court? The money you spend on your hospital. Please, they will just chop your money. You will spend 10 years in court.
So first of all, that doctor, especially the one in Jos, did not work alone. There's no way you can carry out an operation without having people beside you. You have scrub nurses, you have other people. They were all aware of what was going on. And that is why I'm going to say now that that hospital, aside from being closed and the doctor being arrested, every single soul who works there will be taken into custody for questioning. They were all there. And that's also to deter people who aid and abet. Because sometimes we feel, I'm not the one that is doing the evil now. If I see, I can remove my face. Now you know that if you see and you do not say anything, you will be you will be taken as well. Exactly, yes. You are the same person, you are the same thing with the person who is committing the crime. So that place has to be locked up, those people arrested. Then the government is a shame that you would allow this kind of business flourish. The local government is a shame. We need to find out that local government where that hospital is situated. It's a shame that this will be happening under your nose and you're not aware. There are no checks, there are no regulations, nothing. An economist is constantly making money out of people, killing people and making money out of them, and nobody could sense it till this woman started crying out. It's a shame. The government needs to do better. You raised the question of, letting the doctors explain their procedures, asking, because we are learned people, we can always go and say, please, what is in the syringe? What is this? The vulnerable people, who would explain to them? That's why the government needs to sit up to protect their lives. Because if you don't protect them, nobody can. And that's why these people are taking advantage of these young people, or vulnerable people, poor people who don't have any help.
We have a call. Anthony has called from Delta. Welcome to the show. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. The team. My name is Anthony. The team is, I'm a registered nurse, to be precise. And the problem we are having presently in the country, we will not even say anything yet. If I tell you that a lot of medical personnel are leaving the country, nurses, doctors, and all that. And if you go to the private hospitals, now as I speak with you, most of them are being manned by quacks. I had an experience 6 years ago when my first son was given injection. Instead of a 2-year-old child being given by 2 syringe needle, he was given by 10 syringe and there was a crack in the bone. And I know the doctor. At that time before the GSM came up. So I met the doctor and I told him that I know you are using a quack nurses. And if I have been around, my wife would have not taken my child to that hospital. But as God will have it, as the child was giving us over. The problem we are having is the government. The government is not doing anything to monitor the hospitals. You see private hospitals, you see quacks, and the problem we still have with the country is that many people, they don't go to government hospitals. Government hospitals are always saying,
government hospital is
they are the best.
It's full,
They are the best. You don't see a big
consultation in the next 6 months.
And every other places. They are not good hospitals.
It's full.
So, government is doing supervision. You know, the people who don't go to the hospital to check their license. You know, they are working their doctors. And you're supposed to renew the license every 3 years. And yet, they don't do that. They don't survive.
Thank you so much, Anthony.
What's the role of the enemy in ensuring that anybody not fully licensed and qualified does not practice within the states? What's the role of those, the body for the nurses as well? Why do we have nurses who will say, I just saw the auxiliary, I can open shop, and then you use syringe and needle to remove boil?
So that was it. The boy, he said a 2-year-old boy, the injection should have been 2 inch, and they used the big one and pierced the boy's bone.
And broke his bone.
The boy,
So quacks, we need to deal with the regulation perspective, and we're out of time. We honestly can't finish this conversation. It's not just brain drain. Brain drain is just one part of it. Brain drain might be compounding it, but the issue number one is we have vulnerable people that are not educated, and they are a majority. They cannot question the certificate on the board. I cannot go into a hospital and see the certificate and know that it's a fake one. So government regulation is extremely important.
And that's what I'm saying.
And we are depending a lot on this mushroom hospitals. We have mushroom schools, we accept them. We have mushroom hospitals, we accept them. We can't continue. We have half-baked education, half-baked healthcare system. We have to round off, sadly.
No regulatory bodies.
We really have to round. We have regulatory bodies. People are collecting salary. Every state has regulatory bodies collecting salaries.
I know. I'm
so
not
we should
saying
start holding them accountable.
I'm saying, is the regulatory bodies we should hold accountable now?
Yeah.
These people should not be...
In the meantime, let your relative enter hospital theater with you. Don't go alone.
Yes.
We don't
Always
allow anybody
That
there.
has to stop.
Don't do your surgery, your procedure there.
Will I know they are removing kidney or whether they are
Don't do your
removing
procedure.
appendicitis?
Don't do your procedure.
Will I know, even me that I'm educated now,
Tope.
will I know they are removing kidney or they are
I
removing
say if now,
appendicitis?
even if they want to help you to drink water, I carry relative that the eye will open inside.
I'm sadly out of time on
Even
this.
if
We
it's
have
to
a
give you
woman
water
that
to
we
drink.
love that we need to bring it on the show, and our heart goes out to the family of the young boy. Really goes out to the family, to the poor woman who's having to bury her son based on the fact that the doctor or the medical system did not work. That's all we can take. We'll take a quick break. When we return, we'll bring in the woman we love.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.